off-grid parenting, moving towards self-sustainability and being a bit more free range, less institutionalised.
The Allen family adopts an all-natural approach to every aspect of parenting.
When I fell pregnant, I very much felt that I didn't want any medical intervention, and so for me the only way to achieve that was to step out of the system.
So if you didn't catch that, this family here actually raises their family free range, which, a lot like the chicken, means that they don't set rules and that they don't tell them how to live their lives that much, I guess. Because, I mean, they're kids, you kinda need to set rules, and, I mean, how are they gonna grow up? And it just so happens that I live in a fucking, hippie den because, I mean, of course they fucking do. And I mean, I couldn't even show the actual start of the video, because it shows photo and video of the kid getting breastfed at 5 years old. I think I'm gonna get fucking demonetized if that's the first 30 seconds of the video. There's no way I can even fucking put that in, probably.
We did receive some very interesting messages, such as, what if your choices end up in your child being born dead? Which then obviously added to our own stress.
I mean, sure, I guess that's what I call an interesting question. If, if your kid is gonna fucking die if you neglect it so hard. But I mean, surely what they do isn't that fucking bad, right?
Lotus birth is basically, you don't cut the cord, so you let it naturally fall away, and you kind of wrap it up and treat it with salt and keep it clean. For both of my births, it took 6 days to fall away naturally.
Fucking what? Why? Why though? Fucking why? So I've done literally no research into this at all, but other mammals that also have the fucking cord still attached when they're born, I can guarantee you that either the baby trying to crawl away gets it ripped off, or the mother's just like, yeah, no, I don't want this shit, pops it away. But the first thing that immediately comes to mind here is that in that 6-day period of both the births where you had to fucking wait for the cord to fall off for some reason, did you leave the house in that time? Because I'm just imagining this woman going down fucking grocery shopping with a baby in hand, but also, they have a bucket for their goddamn cord that's also salted. And just imagine you walking down the grocery store. Oh, what a fucking sight that would be. Also, what do you mean when it just falls off? It's not a fucking scab.
Coming out.
Perhaps controversially, Adele and Matt have decided not to inoculate either of their children.
I don't see there's any need to start injecting foreign substances. The kids' health is just as important as mine. If I had something serious like cancer as such, I would definitely take the natural path.
Why am I not surprised in the fucking slightest that this family is whole anti-vax? I mean, of course they are. Look at where they fucking live. Also, love the line that my kids' health is important as my own, but, not enough to fucking vaccinate them, I guess, with foreign substances. They don't even give reasons, they just don't really want to do it, which I mean, sure. I mean, not sure. What am I talking about? All it takes is one little bastard to spread it. I mean, goddamn measles has, jumped this whatever amount is, because I did look it up beforehand and get the actual numbers. The World Health Organization issued a fucking actual emergency because of these goddamn anti-vax people.
Breast milk can be used for conjunctivitis or eye infections. It's a sterile substance, obviously. It's coming right out the body and it's at the perfect temperature of all the living enzyme.
Oh, Mum, please help. I think I've got something in my eye, or possibly an eye infection.
It's okay, little Jeff. I've got just the thing.
Ah!
Adele breastfeeds both of her children, Ulysses, aged 5, and Astara, who's 1.
A lot of people think when the milk teeth come through, you should stop breastfeeding. And I really think all it comes down to is the mother and the child. It should be a mutual decision between both of them. It's something that's just as natural as a hug. It's a connection.
Fucking Jesus. I'll keep that in mind next time I'm saying goodbye to one of my female friends. Instead of asking for a hug, I'm just gonna push them away and just say, no. I'd rather something just as connecting. I want to suck on your titty.
Adele has some strong views about stricter parenting styles.
Traditional parenting methods that I guess rub me up the wrong way is the cry it out method for young babies. Okay, we're humans, domesticated, we live in houses, but the baby has still got that in their DNA from when they used to be a hunter-gatherer, you know, their ancestors, and they need to feel safe. It's highly dangerous, and in my opinion it does constitute a form of neglect and child abuse.
I mean, sure, I'm not a fucking parent and probably won't be for a goddamn while at this point. And I agree with the point that she made about the whole cry out method. But you know what also constitutes as child neglect? Letting your child just munch on a random leaf that he found in the goddamn garden down his local park.
The family is used to criticism of their parenting method.
I was walking with Astara outside the shop, and she's barefoot, and it's a local shop on a main road, and so yeah, there is dirt, there is the potential for glass and for hazards, and so a gentleman noticed this. He said, "You do realise your daughter's not wearing any shoes?" And all I turned around and simply replied is it's the greatest way for her to feel life, to interact with life, to get a feeling of the sensation beneath her feet.
You know what my favourite part of that whole fucking meaningful speech about being connected to the earth was? The 6 B-roll shots he cut away to, where everyone except the baby is wearing fucking shoes. If it's such a great connection like you're saying, why single out the baby? I mean, for God's sake, look at this! The grass is up to the poor bastard's waist! I mean, sure, they live in the UK and they're not in Australia, but, you know, the UK has snakes as well. And I mean, there's no amount of titty milk that's gonna fucking save the baby from getting bitten by a snake.
Parents homeschool Ulysses from their 1-bed flat in Brighton.
So we all sleep in the same room, and it works out quite nice for us. And he pretty much picks his own bedtime really, but as we don't have a school routine in the morning, he's able to then wake up when it suits him as well.
Oh, of course they all sleep in the same room. And I mean, she says that it works, but you just know that in the period where this baby is still teething, that both the dad and the son were fucking sleeping outside on the couch that night. Also, just a side thought that I had, these kids will never know what the hell privacy is, because they don't own their own room.
We feel we'd like them to learn in a natural, free-range way. It's basically taking a lead from the child's interest and seeing what they gravitate towards. Because unschooling kids, they tend to pick up reading and writing in their own pace at a bit later age. I don't have an issue with that. There's no need for him to be able to read and write at this age anyway.
Here's my problem with their method of homeschooling. Sure, if the kid shows interest in a particular subject, teach them more about that subject. But don't literally fucking procrastinate on teaching the fucking kid how to read and write. That's kind of a life skill that you'll need throughout life. No matter if they're 5 or, 25 or whatever it might be. But the thing that kids miss most about being homeschooled is the social interaction that they then miss. If they spend their entire life being homeschooled and the entire world that they know is just this 1-bedroom apartment in Brighton in the UK, then this kid isn't really going to know how how the world works at all.
You know, it's much more important to us than a big set of plastic toys for them to be interacting with the animals and the plants and learning about the environment, basically.
There he fucking goes again, just munching on the plant that he found in the garden. But, I mean, I guess you're the one that says he should interact with the plants, I guess.
Style of parenting is definitely increasing in popularity, with a lot of celebrities now integrating.
Oh, never mind, that's where he got it from. See, the problem with this image here is that Dad is taking a tiny bit of plant and, putting it in his mouth and, tasting it. Where, as a child, you don't have that concept of, portions and that sort of thing. So, when a child sees someone eat something, that then means that it must be safe for them to eat. So, of course, they start shoveling it in their mouth. Because the kid doesn't fucking know any better, and you won't teach them because it's fucking free range.
They have fun, they smile, they laugh, I smile, I laugh. And for me, it's building a bond of trust.
So, here's my final thoughts for this video. Sure, the kids probably smile and have fun and everything like you just said. But again, the child knows nothing else. As far as they know, most of their world revolves around this fucking 1-bedroom place in the bloody UK. And honestly, I really do feel for these kids. Imagine when, this family eventually grows up, 10 years later. When both the kids are in their teenage years, and they're still sleeping in the same bedroom as their parents. And, they get teenage thoughts and whatever, and I'm not going there because I don't want to get put on a list. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't a green text video, but I don't really fucking care, because they're not really that fun to make anymore. And I'm trying to evolve my content to something that's more enjoyable for me. If you like this sort of stuff, be sure to check out some other shite here. And yeah, I guess I will catch you later. A cut!